Hello, parents and students of Heron Hall Academy. I hope you all been keeping safe and well, and I hope you've been missing us as much as we've been missing you. Um, this is a quick information to let you know about the arrangements that were being put in place for your safe return to school. As you know, the government said that year 10 is supposed to return to school on the 15th of June. And we have been working hard to put things in place to ensure that when staff and students return to school, the environment will be safe for them to work and to return home to the dear families. It's very important that you follow all the guidelines that were put in place to you. And one of the most important things we've done is to ensure that there will be only 24 students coming to school one day a week. There will be 12 students in the morning and 12 students in the afternoon. And those same 12 students will come to school every day of the week on the same day. So if you come to school on the Monday of week 1, you won't be coming to school for the rest of the week, but you come back to school the following week on a Monday, week 2. We're expecting 24 students a day, 12 students in the morning and 12 students in the afternoon. When the 12 students come into school, 6 students are directed to go through that entrance to the building. Another 6 students are directed to go through that entrance into the building. The 6 students will then go into a hand washing room where there are designated sinks for 6 students to wash their hands properly before they go into the tutorial session. This is to ensure that the students come into the environment and they're safe and they're ready to learn. As you can see all along the corridor, there's markings on the floor ensuring that students keep a 2-meter social distancing space. This room here is designated for hand washing, and when the students come straight into school, the 6 students are directed straight into this room, and you can see at every point there are hand washing facilities on every point. Individual students use individual sinks to wash their hands, use the tissues provided, wipe their hands, and dispose it into these pedal bins. When the students have finished washing their hands, the 6 students are then brought into this room, and in this room they'll have a session with a member of staff talking to them about their general well-being. There will also be a session on Google Classroom. During that session, students will be told how to use the Google Classroom resources to support their tutorials in school. Every student will have received a login details for Google Classroom, and during this period, they'll be given direction about how to use the Google Classroom resources to support the tutorials they get in school when they come in once a week. Right, following the hand washing and the Google Classroom and when-built tutorial, the 6 students are escorted to their individual rooms. Every student is designated an individual room, and that is the same room that students will always use when they come into school. And the student is expected to use the hand sanitizer before entering the room, dispose of the tissue, enter the room, and sit behind the desk with their own personal equipment and await the arrival of their subject teacher. The teacher will come into the room, maintain their social distance, deliver a tutorial, and that teacher will exit through another door while another teacher comes in, and that will enable the 2 teachers to go into the separate session while maintaining a social distance all along the way. So another teacher will enter while the teacher delivering the tutorial will exit through another door. Students are allowed to use the toilet, but one at a time, and the toilet will be supervised. And when there's more than one student in, as you can see, the signs on the wall informing them to keep their distance 2 meters apart. All the hand dryers have been taped off, so they're no longer in use. Instead, students will have access to paper towels, and they use the paper towels instead of the hand dryers, which are said to be much safer, and dispose them safely in the bin on the way out. In addition to our usual medical room, we have also designated a special isolation room. So if there is any student who is suffering or showing any signs of any of the COVID-19 symptoms that we know about, that student could be isolated in this room, and there are 3 different cubicles, and there will be a member of staff here with a PPE on, and that member of staff will be responsible for looking after that student. A phone call is made up, and the parent or guardian can come to school to collect that student. In the event of a fire alarm, the 12 students who are on site are directed to come straight into MUGA, and they are to line up on designated spots on the MUGA to ensure they keep a safe 2 meters distance space from each other. When students have finished their morning session, the 12 students are expected to exit through this gate from the school grounds. That is to prevent them interacting with other 6 students coming for the afternoon session, who will be entering the compounds through the front gates. Out here, any parent who is supposed to be collecting the child is expected to stay behind these signs. No parent is allowed further than these signs. We advise in parents that if you have to collect your child, if you can stay at Tesco's, and your child will walk over there and meet with you. It is sensible for them to cycle to school if they can. You pick them up, or they walk home. If they can avoid public transport, it is best if they do so. However, if you have to collect your child from school, can you make sure, please, you don't come onto the school grounds and you stay behind these signs. Parents and students of Heron Hall Academy, I hope this short information video has made you feel a little bit more confident of sending your child to school and students about coming to school. As you've seen, we're taking a lot of precaution to make sure you're safe when you're in school, and staff are also safe. Our tutorial session, as you can see there, is a one-to-one session, so you're in a class by yourself, and the teachers will come and teach you and leave, and you have no chance of interacting with any adult or any other students. Hand washing facilities are there in school, hand sanitizers in your classroom, and everything have been done to make sure you're safe in school. But we're imploring you, please, to start school on the 15th. We've got a lot to do to try to close the gap that has been caused as a result of this pandemic. It is very important you hear, but even more important is that the tutorial sessions will be followed by work that will be on Google Classroom. So it's very important that you get those login details, you log on to Google Classroom, because then you'll be set tasks to do, which you'll complete, and then you bring those tasks into your tutorials, and your teacher will assist you and then set you fresh tasks for the following week. So it's very important that you work with us to make sure we'll get you to what you deserve to achieve in the GCSE 2021. Remember what I've always said to you: success at Heron Hall depends on the family, and the family is made up of us, the school, you, the parents, and the students. It's a triangle of success. Every part of the triangle have to come together to make sure it happens. So please come, please engage with the tutorials, please do the task on Google Classroom, and we're sure we can get you to achieve your potential. Look after yourself and stay safe. Thank you.